Greetings, fellow mathematicians. Let's talk about the early counting and grouping concepts that children investigate in their first year of school. In their first year of school, children don't investigate maths formally. They investigate concepts informally so that they can develop deep understanding of them before they engage with the symbols. Early counting and grouping starts with counting. So counting means just knowing the forwards and backwards number sequence, writing numerals correctly, recognizing numerals both when their name is said and by sight, identifying the number before and the number after, and then they can begin to count with one-to-one correspondence, identifying that the last number that they say is the total. They can then start to identify that the number after is one more and the number before is one less. They can also investigate subitizing. Subitizing means instantly recognizing the number in a small collection without having to count. Grouping comes next. Children come to school without a deep, flexible understanding of grouping. They may say that this is a group, but if you take them apart, they might say they're not groups anymore. Or they might start with two groups. When you join them together, they may say now you've made a group, but they won't have the deep understanding that they started with groups as well. So grouping, children are going to investigate grouping using group markers to start with, for example, teddies or dinosaurs or farm animals, and they're going to give each animal, each group marker, some counters. They're going to identify whether the groups that they've made are equal or not equal. Now when you do this and you ask the children to then pick up one of their groups, very often they'll pick up only one counter. This is where the group markers are really useful, because you could say, for example, this green dinosaur owns this whole group of counters, and this red dinosaur owns this whole group of counters. So let's pick up the green dinosaur's group of counters, all of his counters, his whole group. In that way, children start to develop a deeper understanding of groups. They can look at groups and see if they're equal. They can divide into three groups. They can make three groups that are not equal. They can identify if there's any left over, if they're trying to make equal groups, and so on. Over time, children won't need the group markers anymore because they'll have deep understanding of what the groups are. Now, children cannot begin to add or subtract until they have deep understanding of groups. When they add, they're going to start with more than one group and join the groups together. When they subtract, they're going to start with only one group and they're going to take away from that group.